To all who come to this happy place, welcome.
Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejados de las
This here's
puertas.
a wild ride in the woods.
When industry doors change.
So today on Miles from Main Street, we are talking pick one. We're going to go through a couple different categories, and we can only pick one of the options. These are going to be categories like parks and resorts, all the way down to dining options and rides.
Just pick one. This is one we've had on the list for a while, and I'm glad we're finally getting to it. And I think it's going to be a lot of fun to go through some of these, and it's just another kind of game that we can play and see what likes you have and I have. So if you like the show, then why don't you go out and share it with somebody, let them know that you're enjoying the show so that we can continue to grow. So, Mikhailo, as you said, we're going to start kind of broad with the parks, and we'll work our way down through some dining and some rides. I will start with the first one. How about parks? We're going to go straight all four parks. Magic Kingdom, Epcot, Animal Kingdom, and Hollywood Studios. You can only go to that park for the rest of your life. Which one are you picking?
Oh, so this is... I didn't know that that's what this entailed, was you can only go to this, because honestly, that changes the type of answer that I'm giving to these. So
I'm only putting that stipulation on this particular category.
Okay.
Just because it kind of raises the stakes on the parks a little bit.
Yeah. That does kind of, it changes how I would answer. But I still got to think about this. I think if it's you can only go to this park and only this park ever again, I'm going to say Magic Kingdom. And
you are.
My reasoning behind that is that it's like the Disney park. Like it's got kind of a little bit of everything that you want. Especially now with like Tron and the more thrilling rides. So yeah, I would have to go with Magic Kingdom. It's kind of always it's like the anchor park. It's like the thing that like we always have to do and we always have a good time. And yeah, I mean, it's really between Magic Kingdom and Epcot, but I think Magic Kingdom is like that quintessential park for me. So if I could only go to one park for the rest of my life, it would be Magic Kingdom.
Okay. I'm surprised. I thought you would go with Epcot, because you just tell me that's your favorite park all the time.
Yeah.
But I mentioned this to Tammy before the show, and she's like, well, "That's easy. I'm going to Magic Kingdom." So, I mean, that makes sense. For me, there's this little thing called Star Wars, and I don't know that I could give that up.
Never heard of it.
It's this little thing that some people have heard of, and having the ability to go to Galaxy's Edge is kind of big for me right now. So I'm thinking I'm going to have to take Hollywood Studios, but I see you with the Magic Kingdom piece as well. So I decided I'm making a compromise and I'm going Disneyland.
Oh. I think that's outside of the parameters, right?
It is, isn't it?
Yes.
I will be going with Hollywood Studios.
Nice. Yeah. And that makes a lot of sense Star Wars is what draws you in that park, obviously. So that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I love Galaxy's Edge, and to be able to go there is something that's huge for me. I actually, as we're talking about our trip that we'll be taking next year, I keep talking about the fact that I want a large chunk of time to spend at Galaxy's Edge, because even though my family feels like we've spent enough time there, there actually are pieces of it I have not even seen. So I would like to spend more time. And I've told them I'm going by myself if I have to. I don't care. You guys go do your thing. I'm going to spend this time. Maybe I'll single rider the Millennium Falcon a few times. You know, I haven't actually walked the entire marketplace yet. I've done pieces of it, but I haven't walked the entire thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it'd be awesome to meet up with Mando for a minute and whoever else I might see. So, it's a huge thing to me to be able to have that time.
Yeah, and I feel like whenever Kristen and I go, we don't spend a whole lot of time in that area, mainly because she has never really gotten too into Star Wars, and I understand that, and so we don't have to go spend a lot of time there. But I feel the same way, where like it would be really cool to just kind of like dedicate like several hours to just like hanging out back there.
Yeah, if I'm being forced to only go to that park the rest of my life, it's I look at Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, right? Like that's one of my favorites as well. I love that. So I get my fill of Mickey and Minnie, and Toy Story is there, and all these other great rides and attractions. So I think that would be, it's always been hard for me to rank my parks, but Hollywood Studios and Magic Kingdom, they've always been at the top for me.
Yeah, I would agree. And I mean, I put Epcot up there too, just because of the way that I feel whenever I go to Epcot. But yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. All right. So moving on, the rest of these are kind of bigger groupings, but I've picked 4 in each of these groupings. And I'm not going to say that it's the only place you can go for the rest of your life, but if given these 4 options, where are you going to go?
Mm-hmm.
So the first one is for resorts.
Mm-hmm.
You can only go to one of these: the Polynesian, Beach Club, Animal Kingdom Lodge, or Riviera.
Ooh. You got one that like I'm just like not even remotely interested in. So that it's really down to just 3.
I'm guessing the one is the Beach Club.
Yeah. I mean it looks cool, but yeah. Yeah.
You could have the closest room to Epcot.
It's true.
It has a sandy bottom pool.
I mean, beaches and cream is cool, but I don't know. It's never really piqued my interest to stay there. Polynesian is just like a classic. That's been one that I've always wanted to stay at. It's definitely a bucket list resort. Animal Kingdom Lodge is great. Like when we had dinner there the last time we were there, and we just kind of like perused that whole area, it was a lot of fun. And I feel like now at this point, now that it's like the cheapest deluxe resort, people kind of overlook it a little bit. But yeah, it's definitely worth it. And then what was the third? Oh, Riviera. Riviera. Riviera is so good. Like we like fell in love with it when we went to go look at all of the DVC stuff. And it's just such a great resort. It's just so fun, and it's so beautiful. Honestly, I'm going to go with Riviera.
I kind of thought you would. I know your love for the Grand Floridian, and I know that this one kind of has some of that swank to it as well.
Yep.
So I'm not surprised by that. For me, it's the other 3. The Polynesian is at the top on our list. That's what we're planning for next year, is to stay there. The Beach Club, the pool does sound interesting to me. I love the area that it's in, and that you can walk to a bunch of other resorts. And then, of course, Animal Kingdom Lodge with the Savannah view, I think would be an awesome experience as well. But for now, I'm going to be going with the Polynesian.
Mm-hmm.
it's just so awesome. The food is amazing. The views are terrific. You can go watch the fireworks on the beach. Um, you have monorail access right there, and I just love the feel of that place. So yeah, I'm going to be going there. Now, what about the Riviera though, Mikhailo? What is it that really gets you?
That whole area around there, around the Riviera, is really cool with the Skyliner and everything. We went there a lot when we were staying at um, Art of Animation, since it's on the Skyliner. So it's a really quick Skyliner ride over to Boardwalk and everything that's over there, and Epcot's right there. Um, but I mean, it's also kind of the theming of everything, how intimate it feels like a smaller hotel, but everything is kind of like leveled up. Like it feels very, very fancy, and it feels very fun. And on a hot summer day, it just feels like that, like really nice hotel to be at. The pool area is pretty cool. It's just kind of like a normal pool, but like it's right smack dab in the middle of kind of like all the rooms, so that's pretty cool. Um, but yeah, it's definitely got that swank factor that Brian talked about, and it feels, since it's like a DVC resort, it just kind of it feels more homey than a lot of the other resorts feel. So
Very cool. Yeah, we haven't been over there yet. We were making our way over there, and the family kind of flaked out and got tired and wanted to call it a night. So, it's something that I'm hoping on our next trip we can get over there and visit. Let's go with breakfast.
okay.
Of these four places, you have Ohana, Whispering Canyon Cafe, Garden Grill, or Boma.
So I've only actually been to two of these, and one of these, oh no, I thought you said Chef Mickey's. Never mind. um, so yeah, I've only really ever been to two of these. So and those, or actually no, I've only ever been to one. The other one, like I want to do, and it's Whispering Canyon Cafe that I've been to, that we had a lot of fun. But I'm going to go with Ohana because I've heard really great things, and I've enjoyed their dinner service before. So, and I just kind of want to try it out too. So I'm going to go with Ohana.
One that I've always wanted to do is the Garden Grill. But Boma is up there as well. Like these are hard choices for me. I have done Ohana and Whispering Canyon. I'm thinking I'm going to go with Boma on this one.
Wow.
I've heard really good things. We've done the dinner buffet there, and I really enjoyed the different flavors that they had. So I would like to do breakfast. I've heard good things, and I'd like to try that.
Mm-hmm. We both kind of had the had the same reasoning of, oh yeah, we've had the dinner, now we want the breakfast.
That's right. Ohana, yeah, I'll tell anybody to go there. I think that's a great breakfast. I've done it twice, and it has yet to disappoint. So, yeah, that's a great place. So moving on to lunch, Satuli Canteen, Pecos Bills, Docking Bay 7, or Le Hall Patisserie.
I'm going to have to go with Satula Canteen. I always have a very fun time at Satuli Canteen, and I think the food is all very good. Pecos Bills is decent. It's definitely up there. But just the things at Satuli Canteen and how everything tastes, I feel like kind of like nudge it out. It's almost kind of a must do for me now at this point when I'm at Animal Kingdom, is to go to Satuli Canteen. And just kind of like the ordering. I've never like waited in line. The longest I've waited was when we mobile ordered before Satuli Canteen was even open. So like we just waited in front of the door and then walked in and got our food and went to our table. Like I've never had to wait at Satuli Canteen. So yeah, I'm going to go with that one.
Mobile ordering is great. I love that option. Yeah, I kind of agree with everything you've said. But I'm going to pick Le Hall because their lunch is delicious. The baguette sandwich that they have that has like a bunch of meats and cheeses on it's really good. They have these wonderful fresh fruit tarts that are delicious, and it's French, so why not?
I have never actually eaten in France. Oh wait, no, that's a lie. I've had the sorbet or whatever is in the back, like the ice cream shop.
At Les Glaces, I think it's called. I can't remember.
I just call it ice cream shop.
The ice cream shop. I know what you mean. I've had that too, and it's good.
But that's all I've ever eaten in France, which is a shame.
I definitely recommend Les Halles. Think about doing it not right away in the morning. Like I've seen live streams walk by there and the line is out like way out the door, and then that's not worth the line. But get some lunch or something. It's delicious. Don't believe me? Ask the dishes.
I'm telling Brian to get out.
All right. Let's go with dinner. All right. Nice fancy place to sit down and have a meal. I kind of like to think of dinner that way a lot of times. So Boathouse.
Oh.
California Grill.
Oh.
Le Cellier.
Oh.
Or Steakhouse 71.
Oh my God. Brian. So this wasn't a pick one. Brian just listed the top 4 restaurants that I've been in at Disney. Like, this is ridiculous.
Or maybe I should be laughing as.
Okay, we're gonna unpack this, people. So, California Grill, probably the best dining experience I've had in my life. Le Cellier was really hyped up, and it lived up to the hype. Like I thought everything was good, and it was really the type of food that I wanted to eat. Steak and beer cheese soup. Heck yeah. Like, bring me that all day. Steakhouse 71 also kind of had that like vibe of like the history and everything, so we really enjoyed that, and all of the food was really good. And Boathouse was probably, I think that was my first like really elegant meal at Disney, and that was the first time that I ever had steak Oscar style. Which now, like, if I see that on the menu, I will order it because it's delicious. So yeah, they all kind of have like something special. And I'll take you through my thought process. Boathouse was great, but like I feel like the ambiance was still kind of like it felt like Disney Springs. Like it didn't feel like a destination. It felt like a place at Disney Springs, which makes sense because it's a place in Disney Springs. Steakhouse 71, I feel like that food was good, but like it did not live up to the food of California Grill or Le Cellier. Now, it's between Le Cellier and California Grill. I feel like ambiance wise, I have to give that to California Grill. But I feel like just like food in general, just like the type of food that I was eating, not even like how elegant the food was, because the food was extremely elegant at California Grill. Honestly, I'm going to say Le Cellier just on food alone.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love it. I thought that was the dark horse in the group, to be honest. Good choice, though.
Mm-hmm.
And it's good to know that 20 years later, Le Cellier is still kicking.
I know, right?
Yeah. My choice would be Boathouse. I had a drink, but I have not eaten there. So I'm gonna pick it because I want to eat there.
It's real good.
And I've professed about California Grill on this show plenty of times, so I'm not gonna go there again. But
Go there again.
but if you do get a chance to do California Grill with the fireworks, you will not be disappointed. I try to get in there about an hour before fireworks start, and I'm telling you, it's so worth the view. It's so worth the show, and the food is delicious. Best sushi I've ever had.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, great choices. How about character dining? I know you're not a big character guy, but I enjoy my character dining. So I thought we'd go with one here. How about,
I have one in my head, so you better say it.
well, we'll see. Ohana, Artist Point, Chef Mickey's, or Tusker House.
You didn't say it.
I didn't say it. I don't know what I was supposed to say, but I didn't
Darn
say it.
Yes. I wasn't even listening. You're gonna have to say it again because
You were just waiting for me to say the one.
I had Garden Grill in my head.
I didn't choose that one. Ohana, Artist Point,
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Chef Mickey's,
Okay.
or Tusker House.
Honestly, I'm gonna go Tusker House because I've never been there before and I hear really good things and I want to kind of experience something new at Disney. I've done Ohana, Chef Mickey's. I hear great things and not so awesome things from Chef Mickey, and I feel like it's just kind of not that the contemporary is not awesome, but it's just like a cafe in the middle of a hotel. That's kind of how I feel about it. So yeah, like all of those are just very like normal. Artist Point is like, I mean, probably the most different, but I've been to the Wilderness and I've eaten at the Wilderness before, not there obviously, but I kind of want to like venture out and try something new with my character dining. So that's my reasoning and I'm sticking to it.
I think Tusker House is a great option too. Talking to some families that I've worked with on their trips and offering up Tusker House, they have not liked that idea and have gone elsewhere. Only because they don't feel like the menu fits their family very well. Chef Mickey's, I think, is a rite of passage type of place where if you're going to do character dining at Disney, you should probably go to Chef Mickey's on your first trip. And then I've talked about Ohana Breakfast. I love it. It's amazing. Lilo and Stitch is fun. But Artist Point is going to be my choice because the food is amazing and the character interactions are top of the line. Getting to meet Dumpy, or here I go. Okay. On our way down in 2019, we had Artist Point scheduled and Tammy slipped up and said Dumpy and Gropey. It's the two dwarfs.
Oh my goodness.
And so we slip every so often.
Wow.
Yeah, right. Okay, so anyway, the character interactions with Dopey and Grumpy are terrific. And especially meeting the queen. She acts like she's above you and she is just like, you should be happy that you are there and she actually allowed you to come to dinner with her. So it's quite an experience to have.
Fun. Yeah. I like that. I mean, I'm not into character dining, but I feel like one that I do really want to do is Garden Grill. So I'm going to bring it back to that.
There you go. Awesome. So you have our last one, right, for attractions?
Yes, and this is all of the individual Lightning Lane attractions, and there's actually 5 of them. There used to be 4, now there's 5. And that is Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, Tron Light Cycle Run, that one's new. And then we've got Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind. We've got Star Wars Rise of the Resistance. And we've got Avatar Flight of Passage. I'll let Brian go first on this one.
So I have yet to do, obviously, Tron and Guardians. I know Guardians has gotten rave reviews. I have trouble being a family of 5 spending the money on a Lightning Lane. So if I'm going to spend the money, it better be worth my money. I have not done it for Rise. In fact, I have not actually bought an individual Lightning Lane yet.
Amazing.
I know, right? I would not do it for Seven Dwarfs. I would not wait 3 hours. I would not wait 1 hour for Seven Dwarfs. Now, it's a fun ride. I do like seeing the dwarfs, and I like seeing the story that is there. It does have a couple of fun drops. It's not worth the effort that it takes to get on that ride, be it paying for a Lightning Lane or standing in a long line, because that line nowadays it's still upwards of 90 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't feel like it's worth 90 minutes. I have rope dropped it to avoid that, so there's that. I have made that effort. I've ridden it a few times, and like I said, it's enjoyable. It's just not worth that kind of time or money. Tron, obviously, I haven't been on there yet. Let's see, Rise of the Resistance. I'm probably going to rope drop that. And watch the times and look for some lower times. I did wait an hour in Disneyland for that one, and that was worth it to me. So if I was forced into it, I would probably pay for it. But right now, I think, being that I have not been on Cosmic Rewind, I would probably pay for that one the most. So I'm going to pick Guardians.
Wow, and this is the first time that we've agreed on this, because I am picking Cosmic Rewind as well. Cosmic Rewind is quickly becoming my favorite ride at Disney. So, and
Awesome.
That's saying something, because I've only ridden it 4 times.
And I have not been there since it's opened, so that will be a top on our list for Epcot Day. All right, so Mikhailo, we got to do some trivia. So last week we had a trivia question, and it was, in The Little Mermaid, what song does Sebastian sing to Ariel in an attempt to convince her that life in the ocean is better than on land? Well, Charity R, thank you. You have got the correct answer of Under the Sea. So, Charity, I will respond to your email. Give me an email back with your address, and I will get that sent out to you right away. So we will have another question for this week after we do some trivia. I'm going to ask Mikhailo 5 questions, and these are from the Walt Disney World Trivia Book put out by Lou Mangello of WDW Radio. Probably know who that is. So, maybe. So I thought we'd go parks heavy this week with some questions. So, Mikhailo,
Cool.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. So my first question for you, sir, is what theme park has the largest merchandise shop?
I'm gonna go with.
Oh, and I should say that there are multiple choice if you would like them.
I think there's four. It's just all four parts.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm going to talk through this. The obvious choice would be Magic Kingdom because of the Emporium. However, I believe that Epcot's merchandise area is right now also and was before fairly large. So I'm actually going to go with Epcot as my final answer.
Ding, ding, ding. Epcot is the correct answer.
Woohoo!
For all the reasons you just said.
Mhm.
All right.
Basically, my reasons were Magic Kingdom has the Emporium, but I think the Epcot one is bigger.
Well, you're correct. It was bigger.
Yes.
A cast member just said, "Talk to you. Where are you?"
Okay, so
Again, I can give you
yes, give me hints,
Yeah.
please.
Disney's Animal Kingdom, Disney's Polynesian Resort, Norway in the World Showcase, or Kilimanjaro Safaris.
Um, that's a tough one. I know that some European countries talk is like yes, I think, but it could also be some other word from other countries. So, could you name them again? Oh, also, could you give me the spelling of talk? How is talk spelled?
Takk is spelled Takk.
Mm.
So, is it Disney's Animal Kingdom, Disney's Polynesian Resort, Norway in the World Showcase, or Kilimanjaro Safaris?
I'm gonna go with Kilimanjaro Safaris.
How do they do that on Price is Right? Bum, bum, ba-dum,
Oh.
The answer is you are in Norway in the World Showcase, which means
Damn it.
thank you. They're saying thank you.
Oh. I should have gone with my intuition, my knowledge of European languages, which is very little.
It was a worthy effort.
Yes.
All right, Mr. Epcot fan. What was located in the test track building when Epcot opened?
I don't need you to give me the it's World of Motion.
You are a smarty, aren't you? It is World of Motion.
I do like Epcot.
So, like, and we've talked about this, like, Test Track was so cool when it first opened.
Yeah.
With the whole crash test dummy thing, the queue was so cool. Like, there were like car parts everywhere. I remember, like, it kind of was like you were going through that lab or whatever that where they were making the cars. I just loved that.
Yes, it was very fun.
I wish they would have kept that.
Me too. Yeah, I mean, I understand what they did, but I don't know. I liked the original one better. And I feel like they probably could have done a better job of what they did, but that was also like we got to remember that was actually a while ago now. So it's like had they done it now, I feel like there could have been cooler things that they did with how they QC cars and stuff like that. So,
Yeah. I just wish they would have kept it.
I know, yeah, just don't mess with it.
Yeah. All right. Off to Hollywood Studios. Which Muppet character disguises himself as Mickey Mouse during the pre-show to Muppet Vision 3D?
That would be Rizzo the Rat.
Very, very good. I'm glad I don't have to give you the options here because it would even give it away more.
Yes.
Okay, how about this one?
Mm-hmm.
This is a favorite ride of many people. We are now in the Animal Kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
Kilimanjaro Safaris is named after what?
Is named after what?
Yes, named after what?
Can I get some choices?
Yes, you can. An extinct African tribe, a mountain in Tanzania, a village in Kenya, or the name has no meaning.
Isn't it a mountain? I'm kind of thinking that it's a mountain, the Kilimanjaro. I'm going to go with mountain.
You are correct. I'll read what he has to say here. The Safaris attraction takes its name from Mount Kilimanjaro, located in northern Tanzania,
Fun.
near the border with Kenya.
It's funny. I think in my brain, I just knew that, but then I really had to think about it because when we talk about Kilimanjaro Safaris, that's just the name of the ride. But like I know about Mount Kilimanjaro, but like when I'm associating it with Disney and Kilimanjaro Safari, it's like that information is not in my mind because I'm not thinking about it that way.
Yeah, you're right. Like I don't think of it as that either when I'm there.
Yeah.
All right. So one more. We'll finish up in Magic Kingdom. According to cast members, why should you ride Big Thunder Mountain Railroad in the late afternoon?
Oh. Huh. So this is what I thought was coming. I thought you were just going to stop it there and say, why do cast members say that you should ride Big Thunder Mountain, period? And I was going to say, because it's the wildest ride in the wilderness. But that's not the answer. But could you give me some guesses?
I can. A, the cars are sped up 10%. The lines are shorter because that's when people eat lunch. The grease on the tracks is thinner, thus your train goes faster. Or there are more trains running, which moves the lines along faster.
This is one that I don't know. And like the grease thing would make sense. What was the first one? Like the trains are sped up 10%.
Yeah.
I feel like that's false. I don't think that would be a thing. I don't think Disney would do that. Unless it's because the grease on the tracks there's less of it. I don't know. And what was the question again? How was it worded?
According to cast members, why should you ride Big Thunder Mountain Railroad in the late afternoon?
In the late afternoon. And what was the last guess that I have? The last answer.
There are more trains running, which moves the lines along faster.
I wouldn't think that would be it either. Because I think they're just constantly running the same amount of trains. Like I don't understand why all of a sudden they would put more trains on the tracks. So we've got number 1, which is it's 10% faster. Number 2, which is like people go to lunch. Number 3 is the grease. And number 4 is more trains. Honestly, I'm going with the grease because that one just makes the most sense to me.
You are correct. The grease on the tracks is thinner. Thus,
Woo!
your train goes faster. The sun, which is at its highest and hottest point at noon, heats and melts the grease on the tracks to its thinnest point. The ride's average speed is about 30 miles per hour, but it can reach speeds of up to 33, which is faster than Space Mountain.
Whoa! Slow it down there.
Be sure to sit in the back of the train if you want the ride to feel even faster. So there you have it. Little Lou Mangello knowledge spitting for you.
Thanks, Lou.
All right. Now it's time for your chance. Mikhailo
Now it's time
did his. He did pretty good.
Goodbye.
No, it's not. Not quite yet.
To all our company.
All right. So for this week, we will start taking answers through direct messenger. So if you want to message us on Facebook or on Instagram at Miles from Main Street, please feel free to do that. Or you can also email us at milesfrommainstreetpodcast@gmail.com. We will take answers up until Saturday. All right, so all you have to do is answer this question. Which of these attractions opened first? Splash Mountain, Twilight Zone Tower of Terror, The Haunted Mansion, or Space Mountain? Send me your answers. I'll put all the correct ones into a hat and draw our winner. Thanks for doing that with us. And, we'll be on Facebook. We'd love to know what your picks would be in the Just Pick One. So let us know either out on our Facebook community or within the Instagram post that we put out for this episode. It'd be great to talk to you guys.
Well, like we always say, some live close,
but others don't.
So let's talk about it. We'll see you next time on Miles from Main Street. Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my ragtime gal. Send me a kiss by wire. Baby, my heart's on fire.